Welcome and for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore in for Katrina this morning, along with meteorologist James DeFazio over in the Weather Center. And James, we had quite the run of good weather weekend so far. So how is this one shaping up?
We continue to luck out. We're going to have another beautiful, mild weekend. Temperatures are above average on the weekend yet again.
Wow.
We're tracking temperatures today to be all the way up into the mid-60s. Partly sunny skies for the majority of the day today. Couple of sprinkles possible during the mid-afternoon hours, but we're going to see more dry weather than wet weather. Windy conditions do develop on Sunday. We're going to have a southerly breeze, but that's what's going to help usher in some of this cooler air. Downtown Utica this morning, a beautiful sunrise with very, very beautiful puffy cumulus clouds. And we're going to see those fair weather clouds continue. 49 degrees with sunny skies after being in the 30s last night. We're steadily rising in temperature. Dry weather on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and that continues for the majority of the day today. The next 12 hours showing that we steadily rise in temperature into the mid-afternoon, partly to mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-60s. Coming up, we're going to break down the entirety of your weekend forecast, how warm Sunday gets, as well as when rainfall returns. Gary?
James, thanks. Still no verdict in the...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday morning. Another pleasant weekend, another weekend with mild temperatures and above average temperatures. Take a look at Old Forge, where you can see there's still color. We're saying Old Forge and the Adirondacks are past peak in terms of foliage. That doesn't mean there's not color. There are still plenty of beautiful sights to be had across all of upstate New York. As we look at our fall foliage report, most areas across the high peaks have reached past peak. As we zoom in on the Mohawk Valley is nearing its peak, if not at it. Just north and south of the Mohawk Valley are at peak. And again, the higher elevations, while they're past peak, still are very picturesque. 49 degrees with sunny skies up at Griffith and Rome after lows last night in the upper 30s. We're steadily rising in temperature. We're going to notice it become slightly breezy today. It's not going to be overly breezy. Tomorrow will be overly breezy. We're going to notice that uptick in wind. It's a lovely start to the weekend. Windy weather, especially Sunday and Monday, and then after a cold front works through Sunday night into Monday, much cooler weather is up ahead for the week ahead. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet and dry, and aside from a sprinkle or two today, it is going to stay that way through the weekend. The temperature trend, again, after a warm day on Sunday, a cold front works through Sunday night into Monday, and much more fall-like weather settles in for next week. Highs in the low to mid-50s for the majority of the upcoming week. Winds today only about 10 to 15 miles per hour. That begins to uptick as we head towards tomorrow. Winds increase all the way across the southern tier at first from 15 to 30 miles per hour during Sunday afternoon. Wind gusts as high as 35 miles per hour possible. This continues again as we head into the afternoon on Monday. Again, widespread 30 to 35 mile per hour winds. Dry weather for the entirety of the weekend. I have this skipped ahead until 8 p.m. Sunday evening. That's when a cold front will work through, bring us a widespread rainfall, some wraparound showers during the day on Monday, and then much cooler weather settles in. Today, partly to mostly cloudy, before clear skies settle in overnight. Aside from a sprinkle, it's going to be entirely dry today with highs in the mid-60s. Tonight, relatively mild, lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. And then Sunday, a warm, beautiful day, highs all the way up into the low 70s with partly sunny skies. A look at your 7-day forecast. Yes, very breezy as we head into the beginning of the week. A rainy start to the week as well. A blustery, windy, rainy start to the week. Plenty of wraparound, cooler moisture as we head towards the middle of the week. It's looking a lot more like a fall forecast there on our 7-day. And it's a little bit of an interesting answer here. Gary, do you have a guess?
I think it's Alabama.
That's what I thought too, but it's not.
What is it?
It's actually Yale.
Oh my.
So Yale, if you include all the championships, ESPN claims going back, they have won 18. Alabama has only won 16. There are some outlets primarily in the South, that are trying to argue that Alabama has also won 18. However, ESPN claims Yale can claim that they have won the most.
Good for Yale, then.
Yeah.
Good for them. Coming up, how did this woman... Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for this half hour of Weekend Today. We want to get you over to the Weather Center with meteorologist James DeFazio. And James, not as cold this morning as the past couple.
No, we're above average. We're not going to have any frost chances this weekend. Our lows are going to be in the 40s and not the 30s. And we're going to be mild. We're looking at above average temperatures. Highs this time of year in the upper 50s for average. We're going to be up into the mid 60s today. And it's going to be primarily dry. A couple of sprinkles are possible, but it's going to be a pleasant, partly sunny day. Tomorrow, even warmer, completely dry, a little bit breezy with a southerly wind, but it helps usher in that even warmer air. Highs tomorrow all the way up into the low 70s. A beautiful start to our day, beautiful conditions in downtown Utica, and we're steadily warming up. After temperatures being in the 30s last night, we're all the way up to 49 degrees, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures rise. A couple of sprinkles to the west on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, dry locally, and we expect that to continue today. We're expecting a primarily dry day. A couple of sprinkles are possible in the mid-afternoon, but most of us stay completely dry, mid-60s for highs. Coming up, we're going to break down how by the second half of the weekend, we're going to be seeing a big change to the weather pattern. Gary?
James, thanks. And
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday morning. We're tracking a mild, pleasant weekend. Just a couple chances of sprinkles this afternoon, but most of us just see dry weather. Take a look at Old Forge, downtown Old Forge, I'll call it that, where you can still see, even though we're past peak in the Adirondacks, there's still plenty of color. There's still plenty of picturesque scenes to be had across central New York. Just because we're saying that these areas across the North Country are past peak doesn't mean that there are not plenty of beautiful sights. Yes, technically the high peaks are past their peak for foliage. Still pretty out there. We're at peak color across most of central and northern Oneida County, as well as much of the southern tier. The Mohawk Valley, if not at peak, is just nearing peak now, and it is quite beautiful across the Utica area right now. 49 degrees with sunny skies, and we're warming up steadily after being in the 30s. Going to be a tad breezy today, but nothing like we're going to see on Sunday and Monday. The winds are going to continue to increase. Windy weather Sunday and Monday, and yes, a lovely start to the weekend. Then we're also tracking cooler weather ahead. After Monday, cooler weather settles in for the entirety of the upcoming week. Dry weather on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. A couple of sprinkles are possible later this afternoon. I can't completely rule that out, but we're not going to be seeing any widespread wet weather until Sunday night into Monday morning. That's going to come with a cold front. It's really going to change our air mass. Highs on Sunday in the low 70s, all the way down into the upper 50s by Monday. By the end of next week, we're down into the low to mid 50s. Much cooler weather and much more fall-like weather. Now, while it will be slightly breezy today, we're really going to notice winds increase tomorrow during the afternoon. Winds out of the south are going to be bringing 20 to 30 mile per hour winds across much of the southern tier and much of the North Country. The Mohawk Valley is going to be shielded and protected a little bit due to the direction of the wind. This continues into the day on Monday. It dies down a little bit overnight Sunday night, but by Monday afternoon, we continue to see winds. By this time, the front will be approaching or will have a move through, and winds will be more westerly, and we see widespread 25 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts across central New York. We're tracking a cold front that's going to change our air mass Sunday night into Monday morning. Widespread rainfall Sunday night into Monday. Showery weather continues into the day on Monday. Today, just a couple of sprinkle chances. Otherwise, partly cloudy skies with highs in the mid-60s. Clear and calm tonight with lows in the upper 40s to low 50s. A look at your 7-day forecast. We're tracking that cold front to move through Sunday night into Monday. It's going to bring very breezy conditions, a wet, dreary, fall-like start to the week, and then chilly conditions with rain showers during the week. A much more fall-like forecast. And then we have the trivia question. Now I'm asking about wins instead of championships. Who has the most wins all time in college football? Gary, do you have any guesses on this one?
I'm going to go with Alabama again.
I mean, that's a pretty safe bet, especially with how it's been, but it's actually Michigan. Michigan leads. Alabama is in second, though. And Ohio State is also right there. They're very, very close. But Michigan has over 1,000 wins.
Good for Michigan, too, right?
Yes.
Michigan and Yale. We've learned a lot.
They,
Coming up, making leather.
And at 6, meteorologist James DeFazio, my goodness, the colors. We are at peak, I'd have to
yes,
say.
and we're at
extremely bright.
Another mild, above average weekend day to
know,
go
I
out
was
and
thinking
see the
that,
weather,
too.
to go out and see the leaves.
Get out there and see the colors.
Tomorrow,
it's well worth it.
It's going to continue. Tomorrow, highs are going to be in the low 70s. It's going to be another day to get out and enjoy the foliage. And I'm going to show some pictures, even from areas that are past peak. There are still scenic areas. There's still very, very picturesque areas, even within the areas that are slightly past peak. Here within the Mohawk Valley, if we're not near peak, we are very, very close to peak. Mostly clear skies this evening. We've had decreasing clouds this evening over the last couple of hours, and that trend will continue. By overnight, we're going to go from partly cloudy to mostly clear, 62 degrees with sunny skies, and a light breeze is beginning to die down. A couple of sprinkles rolled through earlier this evening. Drier air is beginning to work in now. Temperatures tonight going to dip down into the into the upper 40s for lows as we clear out just before daybreak. Lows are going to be right around 48 with mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, very, very warm, partly sunny skies, highs all the way up into the low 70s. Coming up, we're tracking a widespread rainfall for Sunday night. We're going to have all the details on that. Back over to you, Ben.
All right, James, thank you very much.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday evening. Continue to track very pleasant weather this weekend with above average mild temperatures. And that's going to change as we head into the beginning of the work week. We're going to take a look at a couple of those reasons and why. Take a look at Old Forge, though. We were just talking about foliage and first weather and how Old Forge is technically past peak, but take a look at that tree. We still have some beautiful colors, even in areas that are past peak. There are still plenty of trees that are still holding a lot of color. As we continue to move forward, current conditions, 62 degrees. Technically now the sun has set, 62 degrees with clear skies, an 8-mile-per-hour breeze, and that'll continue to subside. But that's going to change as we head into the second half of the weekend. We're tracking winds to increase throughout the day. Very windy weather tomorrow and on Monday. It's going to be unseasonably warm tomorrow with highs all the way up into the low 70s. And then we're tracking a widespread rainfall Sunday night and throughout the entirety of Monday. Your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar is quiet and dry. It's going to stay this way through the night tonight, through the day tomorrow, and then things will change. A cold front is going to work through Sunday night. After highs tomorrow in the low 70s, highs Monday will only be in the mid-50s. Tuesday, we rebound a little bit to low 60s, but then we're really going to settle into the low to mid-50s for several days. Much more fall-like weather, and it's going to feel chilly because we're also going to have wind mixed in with this. Plenty of wind gusts as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Widespread 15 to 30 mile-per-hour wind gusts, especially across the southern tier. Parts of the southern tier could get as high as 30 to 35 miles per hour, and that continues as we head yet again into Monday. Each evening, each overnight, they die down again, but by Monday afternoon, yet again, 30 to 35 mile per hour winds across central New York. Sunday night, they have this stopped at 9 p.m. This is when this cold front begins to approach from the west. This cold front comes across central New York, overspreads central New York, drops a lot of rainfall, a couple of weak thunderstorms, a quick break Monday morning, and then more widespread rain throughout the entirety of the day on Monday. Nice one, Ben. Ben just got another wasp. Widespread rain continues during the day on Monday as wraparound moisture continues to get brought in. Mostly clear tonight with lows in the upper 40s. No frost chances tonight, a mild night. Good night for a campfire. Plenty of sunshine tomorrow, partly sunny skies with highs in the low 70s. Cloudy skies as we head into the evening. Clouds increase during the evening hours tomorrow. We go Sunday evening, is still mild as these showers approach. 11 p.m., it's raining in Syracuse, overspreads the region, very heavy rainfall overnight for the entirety of the overnight. We start the Monday morning with showery conditions, and then here comes that wraparound moisture, and we still continue to see plenty of blustery conditions with that wraparound moisture on Monday. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, we're tracking a blustery, dreary start to the week, a very windy start to the week. At least Sunday is going to be a southerly warm breeze. Monday is going to be a chilly, cooler breeze as colder air ushers in. A dry day Tuesday and cloudy, but unfortunately, lake effect rain showers settle in for Wednesday and Thursday, and cooler conditions look to stay around with highs in the low to mid 50s.
Get a first look at your forecast tonight at 11. Meteorologist James DeFazio in the Weather Center. I was down at Harbor Point taking some pictures of the foliage today, and my goodness, was it pretty.
Utica's finally starting to get in on near peak colors, if not peak colors. I do believe Utica is just about at peak now. We have it in near peak. We maybe have to be switching this to fully over to peak by Monday for sure. But even in the areas that are past peak, even in the areas that are nearing peak, so much color across central New York. Even if you get north or south of the valley, these areas that we have in the higher elevations that do have some bare trees are still showing plenty of pretty colors. Very beautiful conditions downtown Utica this evening, very mild conditions, a little bit of a breeze, but aside from the breeze, very comfortable weather. 53 degrees with a 5-mile-per-hour breeze out of the east-southeast, and we're going to have relatively mild temperatures tonight. Mostly clear skies continue, lows only in the upper 40s tonight. Dry weather continues on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar and will for the entirety of the upcoming day. That is going to change as we head into tomorrow night. Tonight, though, mostly clear skies, lows right around 48 degrees. Tomorrow, partly sunny, highs right around 72. We are continuing to track this severe drought, and tomorrow night we finally get some relief. We're going to track that coming right up. Ben?
All right, James, thank you very much.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist James DeFazio.
Good Saturday evening. We continue to track above average temperatures for this time of year. Mild weather for mid-October. Highs tomorrow are going to be all the way into the low 70s with plenty of sunshine. Take a look across our quad cam where we're showing Oneonta, Cooperstown, our tower cam, as well as the Nexus Center. Calm conditions no matter where you are across central New York right now, with the aside from a light breeze, and that's going to continue overnight tonight. And then things begin to change as we head into Sunday night. 53 degrees with clear skies at Griffiths and Rome, and we're going to see mostly clear skies for the entirety of the upcoming night. A light breeze overnight, but nothing like the wind that we're going to experience tomorrow and on Monday. And on another unseasonably warm day again tomorrow. Very windy weather both tomorrow and on Monday, and widespread rainfall arrives Sunday night, and it continues into Monday afternoon. Dry weather right now on your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and that will continue through the night tonight and through the day tomorrow. Then this cold front will arrive. This currently stretches all the way from Canada all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. There's currently a severe weather outbreak ongoing across Mississippi. There are 3 current tornado warnings right now, a couple that are probable on the ground. It's unfortunate to see such destruction across the South, and that is the energy that is going to be bringing us this heavy rainfall and scattered storms. These wind gusts are going to be out of the south tomorrow, and that's going to help usher in some of this warm air. This southerly 30 to 35 mile per hour wind gusts tomorrow afternoon help warm us up into the low 70s. Winds die down somewhat tomorrow evening and Monday morning, but by Monday afternoon, westerly winds return yet again, gusting 25 to 35 miles per hour for the entirety of the area. Dry weather continues tonight and for tomorrow, but that cold front continues to make its approach. After sunset tomorrow night, it begins to work in from the west. widespread rain for the entirety of the night, a quick break in the morning, and then more widespread rainfall for the entirety of the afternoon and evening before drier weather settles in. Tonight, mostly clear with lows in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny to start the day, increasing clouds through the evening hours as the front approaches. The front overspreads the region after sunset. Widespread rain, possibly a rumble of thunder or a weak thunderstorm or two, and then drier conditions settle in by Monday evening. During the day, Monday afternoon, we continue to see wet weather. Taking a look at the 7-day forecast, very breezy, gloomy start to the week on Monday. We do dry out in full on Tuesday. Lake effect rain showers with chilly conditions on Wednesday and Thursday. Fall-like temperatures here to stay.